All right, there are plenty of surveys out there that put retirement readiness for Americans at like 40 to 50% of us, meaning most people do not feel that they have saved enough by the time they're 65. It's why the government passed the Secure 2.0 Act at the end of last year. So what does that include? How will it help you have a more successful retirement? Corey Sickles of Safe Harbor Retirement, the sponsor of this segment, joining us to kind of flesh this out. Because, Corey, these are things that people should know about, but many of us just kind of knew it passed and didn't really know what was in it, right?
You know, they kind of slid this in at the very last minute, right before the end of the new year.
Right.
So it wasn't really publicized. There was a lot of, there's a little bit of news on it, but
little chatter.
Yes, but I don't think a lot of people know exactly what it means to them.
Okay, and so then let's talk about some of these aspects. The first one being RMDs. Those are required minimum distributions. And that kind of changed what? How often or when you have to take those out?
Yeah, so with the original Secure Act, which was a couple years prior to that, they moved the age from 70 and a half to, from age 70 and a half to age 72.
Okay.
So now with the new Secure Act, it goes from 72 to 73. So if you turn 72 in 2023, you're not going to be required to take your required minimum distribution out of your, IRA or 401k, or and eventually they're going to move it to age of 75 by 2033.
So it's going even further.
Yes, it's going even further. People are living longer. People not necessarily don't need to take the money out. So what they're trying to do is just kind of get in with the times more than anything with people living longer.
Okay, so then let's talk about the law changing for people that need to take a withdrawal from their retirement account prior to 59 and a half.
So prior to this, if you have access to that money before 59 and a half out of your IRA or 401k, there's a 10% penalty. Now there's always a few exceptions, first-time home buyers and things like that. But now they've expanded that. So disaster recovery, obviously there's been a little bit more of that lately. Domestic abuse, terminal illness, and there's some other exceptions to that as well.
Okay.
So it's complicated. What I would recommend, you work with an advisor like us, talk to your CPA, but there are more loopholes really for people to get money out, not paying that 10% fee.
Yeah, which is big. Okay.
Yep.
Then the other thing is long-term care. We have discussed this forever, and it being one of the things that it can bankrupt somebody very easily.
Yes.
There is kind of a change in regards to helping pay for this.
Yeah, so if you really think about it, this bill is for retirement.
Okay.
They want you to save more, but one of the other things that really can derail your retirement is long-term care. So one of the things you're going to be able to do is take $2,500 out of your 401k in order to pay for a long-term care policy. So, what they're really trying to do is force people, not force, but give people the better opportunity to be able to pay for these premiums in order to have some type of long-term care. Now, as we've discussed before, that long-term care might include some life insurance. If you don't use it, it's not going to be like the old type where if you lose it, or if you don't use it,
or lose it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the nice part about it is that now there's going to be a focus for people to be able to take money out to pay for long-term care.
Now, is that yearly, monthly? Is there a limit on that?
It's going to be $2,500 per year.
Per year that you can take
Yes.
out. Okay. Well, let's talk too about people that have worked with many companies. They've got 401ks around, the place.
Right.
Now there's something that'll kind of help them with that.
Yes. So one of the things that comes out of this is they're requiring the U.S. Labor Department to come up with a national database where you can log in and find out all the different 401ks that you do have.
Okay.
So, one of the things, people are definitely changing jobs more often.
Yeah.
And I think as that kind of just happens or goes, as you kind of go through your lifetime here, people forget. I'm amazed on how many people that come in and sit with me aren't sure really, how many 401ks they do have.
Right.
So now, at least now you're going to have a central database so you won't forget about them.
Okay. And, sometimes like you'll have a work that starts one and puts money in for you, and then you go somewhere else and you don't realize too. So that could be great. Okay. And the new law obviously has made many changes for people simply wanting to save more, right? This is what it's aimed for because, as I said, like half of people feel like they don't have enough, right? And that security is what we're looking for.
Yeah, so one of the things they're really trying to do is basically they want us to save more.
Yeah.
So one of the things that they're going to force employers to auto enroll you into a 401k program to be able to save. Now, by doing that, just like we said a second ago, if you do bounce around a lot, now you'll be able to go back into that national database to figure out where it is.
Who started me
right,
where? Yeah.
Exactly right. But you know, they're doing that. They're increasing the catch-up contributions if you're over the age of 50. So that's going to be, you know, a nice little thing. And you know, with student debt obviously in the news a lot, if you're actually paying your student loans, there's actually going to be some there's going to be some benefits to you on your 401k plan as well.
Perfect.
For companies to be able to match. So again, there's a lot of things in this law, and I think I'd highly recommend that you talk to a CPA or an advisor like myself in order to just find out what's the benefits in there for me.
Right. There are a lot of things to go through. So safeharboroh.com. You can give Corey and his team a call. Complimentary consultations always at first. So Corey, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Robin.